Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Sunday, March 13th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day for the collective, all 12 signs, if you will. So just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. But thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions if you haven't done so already. We're going to begin by mentioning the overall message for the day that I channeled from Spirit, of course. Overly committed, overly committed. Okay, we're going to jump right into it and pull for each quarter of the day, keeping it simple. I feel as if that's key wording from the Guilds of the Tarot Royale deck. Bear with me as the messages are already coming through. Split deck being relevant already. Temperance and Four of Cups. Talking about each of us individually throughout this Sunday, needing to have patience to balance oneself out when working towards something we're committed to, whether it's a change, it could be a job or a business we're working towards becoming successful at, or just continuing that process. Hopefully that was worded correctly. And it just feels like in the midst of all of which, we need to recognize what's not working for us at this time, but also what's not meant for us as far as options go moving forward. Some of us thinking about replacing one thing with another, or somebody with another individual, and needing to recognize the type of energy or the type of situation that isn't meant for us moving forward, as we have changed over time. And they're pointing out the fact that even if it's a situation you're replacing, keeping energy in mind all the meanwhile. Okay. To continue, one for each quarter once again for this upcoming Sunday. They're saying don't force it throughout this day, but you'll get more accomplished than you almost expect for the majority of you. Okay, we have one coming out. What else do we have? Okay, beautiful. We have all four. An underlying focus on the Eight of Cups, doing what's right for you, leaving what no longer works for you, or planning to do so in the near future. Whatever timeline works out for you, even if you're not 100% sure how that timeline is going to work out or just pan out in your situation. Not needing a need to not stress over who or what you're leaving behind, only how all of which is going to benefit you in the long run. A push by Spirit to be a bit selfish and not to view it that way, as we label it, selfish, to be putting ourselves at the top of that priority list, okay? They're saying leave the conflict if there is any. We're beginning the day in the spread with the Justice card. So you begin this Sunday and there's a focus on justice, feeling a bit blinded to how a change is going to work out in the future, feeling a bit confused, but getting your level of justice when it comes to where you've been putting your efforts. Whether it's your business, it's a project, a hobby, it could be your job. Some of you more focused on love at this time, but it feels more career oriented, where you wake up and you just see a level of results, or you go to your job or start to run your business and things just work out in your favor. It feels like things are coming to be a little bit easier than expected, or you just feel as if you know what you're doing, or both. Okay, feeling very knowledgeable in whatever field you're putting your efforts towards, or however you're going about making your money or impressing people. Feeling the scales start to balance out, feeling it's not 100% necessary to overly force oneself when producing or developing whatever work you are throughout this day, but for the majority of us, it's certain work we've developed or created previous to the Sunday that is also bringing in a level of success, or leading to the viewing or the success of the work you create and develop throughout this Sunday, okay? Let the beginning of this day remind you that you deserve all the justice that you desire and more due to all you've been through, okay? Let it sort of remind you why you've been through all those, they're saying disgusting jobs, or toxic ones, or just ones that weren't fitting in any way, shape, or form, or not fully. Even if you don't feel like where you're at career-wise, or even living-wise is perfect, or aligned with you at this point in your path. View it all as a work in progress, okay? As you are one yourself, a work in progress in and of itself, okay? They're telling me to move on to the next card, but I feel like it was also a key message for us as a collective throughout the Sunday. Move on, okay? When you feel that intuitive feeling, move on or prep for it, right? Do it in a smart way, okay? The Chariot coming through for the second quarter of the day, making your way to wrap up this first half of the Sunday, and you're feeling motivated. It's lovely how we have the Justice card, talking about balance and needing to develop more of it, and even getting a taste of your justice once again. But then we have the Chariot, which also talks about a balanced effort being put forth towards whatever you're trying to accomplish at this point. Let the tasks come to be completed easily is what's coming through. You have no idea how much you can accomplish when you set your mind to it, but it doesn't mean you have to stress over it. And that reminder may come through for a lot of you throughout this Sunday. It just feels like some of you desiring more nature, more culture, and for some of you, more education, okay, that's coming through for one reason or another. Need to view what you're building at this time, even if it's a change you're trying to go towards, maybe both, as a pyramid, as I was drawn to this here. The gateway is going to open to a whole new situation that you desire moving forward. And that keeps coming up in these readings for the dailies for a reason. Allow yourself to feel royal, to feel confident within the second quarter. There's something about the first half of the day that just feels successful, okay? And it reminds you why you're overly committed to something, why you haven't given up, or why you just keep putting forth the hard work, that effort to see results that you desire, even if that's just monetarily, okay? It's okay to have that be your main motivation, right? Money makes the world go round to an extent. You have to have it to make certain changes or to pay your bills, you name it, or even to treat oneself is what they're saying. But I do feel like there's more to it than just that for the majority of us, right? Fulfillment being a factor, but just wanting to seek change. But then again, money ties into it somehow, right? Some of you thinking about charging on your Chariot towards a new connection or a new level of connection with somebody. But for a lot of you, you might be hoping or wishing or trying to manifest somebody to hop on their Chariot and come forth towards oneself. But we're beginning the second half of the day with the Hermit, okay? And so we're beginning the second half of the day, and there's a highlight on our alone time. Feeling kind of alone in a process, maybe accomplishing more work or doing something maybe self-care wise, running errands per se for some of us, or for some of you, and doing it alone, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It's this quality alone time that teaches you something else, something new about yourself. Select few, it reminds you about who you're becoming and how powerful that is. It just reminds you that you can't trust everybody, but not to sort of allow that to hinder or just diminish the level of trust that you've developed for certain people that you're actually close to, okay? They're saying like family, friends, you name it. And allowing yourself to remember that you can have the ability to be invisible when you so choose, but you also have the innate ability to show off, to step into the spotlight when the time calls for it moving forward. For whatever reason, we're going to get the reminder that we have the choice to choose both and not to forget there is a bit of an in-between. Interesting. But all the meanwhile, we finish up the day in the spread with the Lovers, but the Hermit being aligned with the Justice card, it just feels like in the midst of this alone time in the third quarter, you will find yourself reflecting on the justice that you desire, that you got a taste of at the beginning of the day and maybe even recently, and the balance that is necessary in order to move forward in a healthy manner. They're saying all the power to you, okay? So we finish up the day with the Lovers card. And so you make your way to wrap up this Sunday. As I struggle to breathe, I've noticed that as I've been editing my readings, bear with me. It has a lot to do with my spirituality. There's going to be a focus on your spirituality towards the end of the day to an extent, and that's an interesting way to start this card. But there's also a focus on your love life. Do you love your life as is? Okay. If not, what's going to change? I feel like that's part of what you've been thinking about recently, or just longing for a specific somebody to live life with, or just a new level of commitment or success with a specific somebody. Going back, I just feel like some of you, once again, hope that and wish and trying to manifest somebody to hop on their chariot and come towards you, or want to muster up the courage or figure out when it's going to be the right time for you to hop on yours and go towards them. However it works for you, it just feels like you're going with the flow at the end of the day, trying to figure things out at the same time, trying to develop that balance all the meanwhile. Allow yourself to recognize that your life will come together in the way it's meant to, and that includes your romantic love hookup life, however you wish to live those categories. Horrible wording, but you get the point. A balance in your romantic / love life, your connection life, let's label it, will come to be moving forward more so. And they're saying that's a guarantee from the universe. It just feels like as well for some of you, there's an overly committed focus when it comes to who you want to acquire or who you're committed to at this time. Okay, so I hope that made sense. A focus on who you want to be overly committed to in the future, or a focus on who you are at this time. All right. No need to feel tied down if you are feeling a level of independence and freedom that's necessary at this time. Again, a focus on doing what's right for you. And if there is a level of conflict at this time, a need to let that fall to the wayside and just sit back in your throne in a passionate manner and manifest what you desire. As it is a day where, once again, you're experiencing a lot of overly committed, passionate energy that leads to a level of justice, reflection, and growth. Let's pull from the Kipper deck as I reach for the wrong area. At the bottom of the deck, we have change, okay? And so there's a focus on a change you wish to acquire, to make happen, or multiple at this time. Let's pull from right from the middle of the deck, high honor. And it feels like it has a lot to do with the justice you're receiving with work at the beginning of the day, or it could even be more so to do with your love life, or both. Being viewed in a high honor light throughout the day, throughout this Sunday, and feeling as if that's helping you muster up the courage to do what's right for you, to make a change, to see your life become successful in more than one way, as there is an underlying focus on a gift from the universe moving forward, as well as courtship, okay? So just remember to feel good about what you're overly committed to throughout this day and what you choose to moving forward, given it is your journey, all right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hoping you have the most amazing Sunday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.